This is my youth horsemanship group. Cheyenne's the youngest one here. This is a little bit more advanced group, and we're out training on the trail, working on some separation and climbing up and down hills, circling trees, giving the horse a job to do rather than focus on being worried about what their buddies are doing. On the way, it's about maybe a half mile to this spot from the farm, and a couple of these horses, Annabelle and Diego, they had a hard time being in the back while other horses were trotting and such. So this is really helpful because it gives them something to think about rather than being in a hurry to go somewhere. So Cheyenne's focusing on the trees that are nice and close to the trail. And then some of the others are heading up and down the hills, trying to get their horses nice and relaxed. This is great for working on getting them to move off of the leg. This helps pretty much for anything that you could possibly want to do with your horse. This is going to be helpful. Any sport, period. Gains a lot of confidence in the horse. Riders get comfortable going up and down hills and riding their horses on difficult terrain. And it's kind of hard to tell how big this is, but those rocks go up pretty high. I see lots of rewards, which is great. I love seeing these kids reward their horse when they do something right. Love it. Isetta, go ahead and venture up a little bit more. Madeline, you can go head up there a little bit more too. Yeah. Now that Diego's calmed down, it's okay to go up a little bit higher, but he was kind of worried when we got to this point because he was in a hurry. So now that she's got his brain kind of calmed down. Oh, Trigger's going way up over there. Okay, time to tend to my horse because she's getting worried that everybody's leaving her. So my turn. Horsemanship group lesson. Hill climbing, tree circling, rock dodging, good stuff. So they're all finding their own path to come down. That was the rules, is they had to go down a separate way. So the horses aren't so apt to want to follow each other. They're all trying to find a way down.
Without tripping.
Yep. And this hill's a lot steeper than it really looks. Nice job, girls. So Cheyenne and I are heading down the trail, and I've got 4 of the girls, the older girls with, and Cheyenne and I, here's Cheyenne, are the only ones heading for home right now. The rest of the girls have been given orders to separate themselves and leave us and go out 100 yards or so or wherever they feel comfortable, and then turn around and come back and find us. And then once they get to us, they turn around, they leave again. And I got 2 going one direction, 2 going the other direction. So as they leave, they pass each other. So the horses are having to, I didn't make my horse go through that puddle because I was afraid I'd maybe drop my phone. So they just have to keep separating themselves and passing one another, leaving, coming back. Really good for the horses to get used to that. And then the 2 that are heading home feel safe because the horses are together. So Cheyenne and I are together. I wouldn't send her out by herself to do this, but as she gets older and more experienced, she'll be doing this too. So it's good for all horses to have to do this. And you only go out as far as your horse is comfortable, and you turn around and come back before the horse gets uncomfortable with the situation. So, and they've got a job to do, they're moving, and so it keeps them occupied. And then they're having to pass the other horses, and they get a little worried sometimes about that, leaving again. And then they always come back though to a safe spot, and they feel good about it. So it builds their confidence. So it makes trail horses that are comfortable going out, being alone, and being separated from others. So great way to learn, and it's really fun too.